Dum da dum 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 da dum 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 da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Hi guys, hello, meets everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It is Saturday. Tomorrow will be messy, messy, messy weather. Freezing rain, sleet, garbage like that. I don't like sleet and I don't like freezing rain, but unfortunately, it's part of the territory. I guess you gotta accept it. Let me get my microphone on here. Hell, I don't even know if the oh yeah, it's on there. It is. All right, let me just check the sound levels. All right, good. At least you can hear me. It's I put my microphone on here. So today I sent an email to the person that Blazing Leo referred me to. I don't know when I'm going to get a response from that, but I'm hoping that they'll get back to me soon. So an interesting question I had about payment on PayPal. Different topic, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. I don't know where this payment was from, but $12.99. It's nagging my mind. Doesn't seem to be like an unreasonable payment or something. I must have paid for something on my PayPal card. Yeah. So, that's the story with that. I mean, I previously bought something for $12.99 and then I probably forgot all about it. Now, I also want to try to reach out to customer support for World of Warcraft because I realize seriously they got $2.99 of my money, and obviously I still can't play the damn game. So I wonder what the story with that is. And sounds like they're supposed to charge and then they're supposed to refund. Let's hope so. Just really interesting day today. I mean, like, it's freezing out there. I was going to take the garbage downstairs. Landlord did not plow the driveway. He did do some plowing in the front sidewalk, but he did nothing with the driveway. So it's cold enough now that if I want to bring that one bag of garbage downstairs, the best way to do that is to just fling it over the railing and then have it hit the ground and then grab my walker and walk down the stairs with my walker, grab the broken garbage. Bag shouldn't break, but obviously little beer cans will probably be broken. Yeah, the beer cans, not bottles, so I guess that wouldn't be so bad. And then just toss it in the dumpster. The walkers to make sure that my knee doesn't flip back and make me skid and fall plump in the snow. But right now, it's really, really cold. Even Rusty kind of wasn't really interesting out there. He stuck his nose out there and he was like, nah, I'm not going out there. Alright. I get it. Yeah, I don't blame you. So, I just absolutely am totally so I told Ed, I said, if you want me to do the Instacart this month, because I'm going to get some things, because there are some things I need for the house, that Krista and I are going shopping next week, but there are things I'm going to need ahead of time. Okay, first of all is that I want some fresh fruits. You see, you're not going to buy fresh vegetables, too. They're going to go bad. I only got room for fresh vegetables, but yeah, I see your point. And it's certainly cold enough to keep vegetables frozen outside in the storage bin, so it wouldn't be some big deal. Anyway, I sent that lady a letter, as I said, and I would like to share it with you guys, because it's nothing confidential. I didn't go into a lot of details on it, but let's see. Let me get the copy I sent to Leo. I'll just read the one from Leo. It's the same letter. That way I don't have to keep looking back at the letter over and over again. It says as follows. Oh, well, I don't have to. I got it as a PDF. Fine, I got it as a PDF. Duh. I don't need to do that. I already have it here on file. Alright, so let me go back to my file. Copied it to documents. Gmail, I need help. That's what it's called. And it's not very long. It's actually pretty short, actually. Says I need some assistance. This is what it says. Let me slide this closer over here. It says, damn it, computer, can you blow that up a bit? Boop, boop, boop. That's better. Now, can you make it full screen so I can see the whole screen? Yeah. Blow it up, GTO. Oh, alright, it's not better. Kind of stupid. Wait, no. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, never. Oh. I swear to God, whoever designed the software on this computer should be shot. Alright, so I'll just blow it up and then I'll just have to pan it back and forth like I usually do. There we go. So, it says here, wowee. I don't like the way this thing works. Good God, come on. Do you have to be such a friggin' annoyance? Alright, here we go. I'll just have to start with this. I was born in Connecticut on February 13th, 1968. I am legally blind. I have autistic spectrum disorder. In addition, I had, due to an accident in 2019, a broken knee that I had no money to repair, and hearing loss. It's because of these 4 reasons that I reach out to you. I feel I am not getting a support service that I need. Let me go through the issues one at a time. It's a very short letter, guys. Don't worry about it. Legally blind, I was registered with VESB in 1973 while I was in public school. I did get some services from them. However, upon becoming an adult, they have not been able to provide any help to me. They did pay for me to go to Arkansas Enterprises for the Blind to get independent living skills. I have a cataract in my right eye that formed over 12 years ago, and I do know Braille. However, I do not have a dot refreshable Braille display on my computer, and they cost a lot. 2. Autistic spectrum disorder. I was diagnosed by Maria Havens at the Behavioral Health Clinic in Charlotte Hungerford Hospital in 2004 with Asperger's, now part of the autistic spectrum disorder and the DSM-5. I have no training on how to cope with some situations that cause me mental struggles. Like with my legal blindness, I have been self-taught and struggle with these issues. 3. Physical knee injury. I broke my left kneecap in an accident on December 6, 2019. Medicare will not fully fund the repair. The cost is $250,000. I have no family that can help. I still walk around on a broken kneecap, as I have to take care of my cats and my apartment. Another issue I have is hip problems. I need help getting these issues resolved so I can be fully mobile. I don't have a car. I cannot drive. My only transportation is my own 2 feet. I live in an old, worn-out apartment, as I cannot readily move due to funds and the lack of transportation. Clearly, the apartment is not ideal, as it is on the 3rd floor and there is no elevator in here, just lots of stairs. I also receive Social Security disability income of $1,416 monthly, and I rent a low-quality apartment for $800 monthly. Heat is included in rent. To offset higher costs, I run a YouTube channel, Patreon, and a small online store. I make on average about $100 monthly from these sources. You can find out more about me from several sources. I give my address, I give my YouTube channel, and I said I would really appreciate any help you can get. So that's the message I sent out this morning. And so hopefully somebody will get back to me. I hope someone will get back to me. I hope that the woman will get back to me, because I really seriously would like to get something going here. Number one, it would be nice to get my kneecap fixed. I really would. I didn't even mention my teeth, although I should mention those too. But the kneecap is a bigger issue than my teeth. I mean, I still need to get my teeth fixed. It doesn't seem to be something that's going to easily be fixed. And I don't know what this individual is going to be able to do or refer me to which services I need. Maybe she might want to do a follow-up and talk to me in person. I did mention the YouTube channel that she can come in, subscribe, take a look at what we talk about, and see if something can be done. Now, by the way, our panel is open. If anybody wants to talk on the panel, it is open. And I do see I have Stan CT's on here. Good morning, Stan.
Hey, good morning, Michelle. How are you today?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Okay. I heard part of your letter, and I wanted to have you add a couple things to the letter, please.
I could try, but I already sent it.
Well, I'm trying to help you out here, and then the number one was the vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You should add to last sentence in that number one section. My last eye examination was whatever date it was.
Which I don't even remember exactly, but it was about 2 years ago.
Fall of 2019 or whatever, something like that. Let them know that you need immediate.
That sounds about right. Last half of 2018.
Yeah, all right. So 2018. Put that in there so they know that you're not getting the treatment you should be getting.
Right.
That cataract could have progressed in 3 years or 4 years now.
Right.
That was my problem with my eyesight. I didn't go to the eye doctor for several years because my eye doctor died. And as a result, my glaucoma advanced to the point where I am losing sight. And it's irreparable. So that's number one. Add the date on that eyesight. And number two was what?
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your eyesight issue. It certainly, sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm helping you here.
Right.
What's your number two section in that letter?
Yeah.
What's the second topic you were discussing?
What was the last time I talked to who?
No. What was the second bullet point in your letter?
The second bullet point in my letter was the issue of, I gotta go back to it now. I think it was my apartment. And then the last one, the last one was my apartment, and the second one was Whereas my knee, I believe, I have to go back and look at it.
Right.
Let me just fix this thing on the screen. Let's get you on the screen in full screen so people can see you. Because right now they can't see you because you're like kind of transform, fit the screen. There we go. Let's get you on the screen so they can see you for once. Okay, so that's Stan right there. What the heck? Oh, I hate when you get it that halfway baked. There we go. So let's go back to the letter and I'll read the second point of it. Oh, man.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, one momento. Paciencia. Documents. There you go. There we go. I need some assistance. Man, I hate when they wish. Sometimes I wish this computer could make the text a little bit bigger than this. Oh, that's one way to get bigger. Just pan it back and forth. Yeah, but it doesn't work the way you think it does. Oh, it doesn't? No. That does, though. Okay, so it's a little bit better. It says here, autistic spectrum disorder. I was diagnosed by Maria Havens of the Behavioral Health Clinic in Charlotte Hungerford Hospital in 2004 with Asperger's, now part autistic spectrum disorder in the DSM-5. I have no training on how to cope with some situations that can cause me to mentally struggle. Like with my
Michelle, slow down. So the autistic spectrum disorder is number 2. Again, last sentence. My last treatment for this was whatever year it was.
2004 is when I was diagnosed.
Right. And have you had any treatment since then?
No.
So I have not had any treatment since 2004, period.
Right.
Let them know you haven't gotten all this treatment that you need.
Right. Same thing.
And that's that last sentence is going to be a powerful point for them to immediately address these issues for you.
Right. I see what you're saying with the eye doctor appointments was originally was Dr. Randy Kincaid, and he retired. So let me see.
Well, don't worry about him. They'll find somebody else. They all retire, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. The last point you had was the knee, and you fell and you broke the knee, and then you said something along the lines of the cost is $250,000.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that the cost of repairing a kneecap is not $250,000, Michelle.
This also covers post-operative recovery, parts, labor.
Maybe if it's a open surgery with an overnight, you might be looking at about $50,000.
But either way, Michelle doesn't have. Michelle was quoted
a leg amputation would cost $250,000.
Well,
whoever told you $250,000
told me the number was $250,000 because I would be in a convalescent home because they wouldn't think I'd be able to get up to the 3rd floor.
Okay. All right, but you made it sound like the operation was going to cost $250,000. You know, if you reword that sentence to say the surgery and rehabilitation totals $250,000, okay, that makes sense now. But the way you wrote it, you know, the cost, of the repair is $250,000. They're going to look at that and say, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't cost that much. Right. You know, but if you factor in 2 months in a rehab, yeah, potentially they can milk it, for a couple $100,000 for sure.
Right now, the way it works out, technically, Michelle's kneecap is still there, or they could just join the 2 pieces back together. Yeah, but there's still people.
Well, the problem is, it needs to be surgically repaired. Right. They need to probably do an MRI or a CAT scan on it to see, how it's calcified, how it's grown since it was injured. 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Because there was some healing. Now they may have to re-break things and shave things and do whatnot and then fuse things. It could get a little complicated because of the length of time you went without the surgery.
Right.
But again, the cost of that should not exceed $50,000, maybe $60,000 total.
But how does Michelle get the money for that?
The rehab, that's another question. How long is it going to take you to rehab the thing?
It doesn't matter if it was $5,000 or $250,000. Michelle doesn't have
Michelle, I'm just trying to help you write an accurate letter to whoever you're sending this to, so they know what's going on and what areas to address with you.
Right.
Because they will find you an eye doctor. They will find you, the autism doctor, and they will find you an orthopedic surgeon who will take this project on through Medicare.
Right.
And if they need to do work with Medicare,
forget,
this is what they're there for. They will do that. They will get the ball rolling, get it fixed.
Medicare is still going to make Michelle pay 30% of the cost, which she doesn't even have.
No. Don't, Michelle. If they send you a bill for 30%, file bankruptcy. All right.
I can't afford to file bankruptcy either. That's just it. I mean,
or what you do is you pay him $25 a month and say, this is all I can afford. And they have to accept it. They can't chase after you. They can't come after your wages for that. You're on Social Security disability, correct?
Yes. They
cannot come after you. You pay them $25 a month on whatever bill they send you. They have to accept that. And as long as you live, you'll pay whatever you pay. And then when you die, it's gone. So don't worry about that. You focus in these areas, you go down these rabbit holes, you really don't have to go down. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, like someone suggested, would you like to...
Wait, listen. Put the dates in the letter and then send it, all right? That's very important that you do that.
Yeah, but Michelle already sent it, though. So just send an amendum?
All right, never mind. When they ask, if they call you, let them know.
Email me or call me. Yes, I'll give them the updates.
Make sure you tell them that. Okay. All right, I got to run into a bank here, so I'm gonna get off the piano here, but I'll check in a little bit. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry if anybody said hello in the chat. I can't see the chat. I got the sun in my eyes here.
I also sent a copy of the letter to Leo as well, so she can send you a copy of the letter, since she has a copy of the letter as a PDF. You can look at it, and she has the contact person as well, so you can reach out to the contact person as well.
Yeah, I think you need to make Leo, if she's willing to do this, your advocate, your friend advocate or whatever. So if they have a question that they can't get an answer from you, they can call her and maybe she can help them out with specific questions and answers. You really need somebody to be by your side besides this
right. And Leo had talked to this person, so she has the contact information.
So I'm sure she's pointing out to them that you're hearing impaired and you don't always understand what's being said.
Right.
Because that's true. I mean, you're hearing, that's another issue that needs to be addressed. You're hearing.
They never found a way to fix my hearing because it's related to the autism.
Okay.
It's auditory processing disorder.
Maybe they could get you a better hearing aid, Michelle.
Hearing aids don't work with people with APD, but therapy might. But that's usually only offered to children, though. I don't know why they don't offer APD therapy for adults.
Well, you let them figure that out. Maybe things have changed since that was done. I mean, there are a lot of people, the baby boomers that you and I are part of. We're all getting older, and we're breaking down as we age. And so I think all these laws that were strict, they're getting loosened up a little bit for the elderly. So you're not aware.
I might send her an amendment letter referring her to this stream, so she can actually watch the replay of this stream since we're talking about this. And
listen, Michelle. These people are very busy, and they may not have time for that. I mean, the letter is a paper trail that you're creating, or the email that you sent, whatever you sent. That's a paper trail. Right. That's important that you do it that way, because then they have a file that they could go to the state, or they could go to the government and say, look, this is this, boom, 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 boom. And they could take care of it for you.
Right.
Okay, so do what they're asking you to do. If they tell you to send them an email, send them a letter or whatever, do that.
Right.
You know, the other thing I'm going to do next time I'm over
The
there.
reason why I never gave him my phone number is because of my hearing loss. The phone is absolutely the worst way to talk to me.
Okay, the next thing I'm going to do when I'm up there is I'm going to take pictures of the apartment, the front, the back, the side, you know, the stairs, and let them know that you're up on a floor you shouldn't be up on.
Right, I said I'm on the third floor in the letter, and it's a lot of stairs,
and that could
there's
help
no
them
elevator.
with getting you a better apartment, you know?
Yeah, Rusty, come on.
You know?
I know.
Because
the sea cat wants his time.
You know, a blind deaf person going up 3 flights of unshoveled fucking stairs, it just pisses me off to no end.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned that in the letter, there's a lot of stairs and there's no elevator.
Yeah.
And
all right, I got to run in. I got to run in. I'll check in with you in a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right, that's you later. All right, so there's Rusty the cat right there. He's probably sulking at me a little bit because I had him cut off the table. Just come on up here, Rusty. Now you can come up here. Yeah, I don't know what he wants. Yeah, anyway, so the thing is that we sent the letter, and hopefully it'll be enough to begin the process of getting something happening. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I did send the letter like I said I was going to do, and just very frustrating that I told him how much I get in income. I told him that I'm doing the side jobs with YouTube right now to help offset the costs. And, yeah, let me get the screen on here. Oh, well, this is confusing. I got it. You got it. Yeah. Go main YouTube channel. There we go. Yeah, so, I mean, I sent the letter out to them. If they're going to get back to me, it'd be fantastic. I hope they do. I don't know when she will get back to me. I don't know if my letter's going to end up in her spam trap or not. It's not a letter talking about commercial soliciting for products or services, so hopefully it's not going to end up in her spam trap. So, I need some coffee. Penny's an idiot. Yeah, well, Leo wants to write the letter. I gave a copy of the letter to Leo. She has it. If she feels that there should be added more to it, if she wants to rewrite it with information that she asks me, I could try to put it together, and then she could send me she could also point out that she's working with me as well. NX Jinx. Well, let's get Leo on the chat if she's free. Because I did send the letter, and see what happens. Oops. Oh man. I have set link to copy. Okay. Our panel link. And it's like our panels never change. It's like it's the same link, right? Okay, there she's right there. Okay, great. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I sent you a copy of the letter I read off to people, but obviously on the letter I read off, I left out some information that's personal. So maybe you can help me if there's anything you think we need to add to that letter. Maybe you can even let her know that I'm working with you and Stan.
Well, you will have to okay her to talk to, like me and Stan.
Right.
She has to hear that from you first. So you sent the initial letter, which is good, That, that's your first contact. So now that gives her something to go off of. And her being a lawyer, like what Stan was saying, I think she will address like dates and stuff like that with you to get more of a in-depth thing. So you should be fine for right now. We can
Stan's saying
get
there
in
should
depth
be
with
more
it later.
details. I don't disagree with that. And I did mention about the apartment. It's an old, worn-out apartment on the 3rd floor with lots of stairs. So I didn't lie about that. And I'm paying $800 a month for it. And maybe that might be of interest to her. But since obviously I have no money to move, I don't know if there's any assistance, because I pointed out I don't have transportation. I have to do everything on feet. Everything on feet. And that takes a lot of work to do that. You walk everywhere. There's no car. I don't have the ability to drive, so that's not an option. Some people I know in my situations have at least a mobility scooter. I don't even have that. I saw my medical doctor in November, and I talked to him about a mobility scooter, and he thought it was a very bad idea because of the fact is that he's afraid that I would get fatter and lazier. Which I can see his point, but another thing is too, is me and Ed cover this, is where would you park it? Because, you park it downstairs in the rain, it's going to get rusty, and it's going to get all broken up because someone's going to sabotage it. Unless Jimmy gives permission to store it in his utility garage downstairs. You're not going to be able to make sure it's not going to be damaged or compromised.
Right, and I wouldn't trust Jimmy to help you out with any of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if he would be able to help me out with that stuff. So, how you doing, Miss DVR? Yes, you missed a letter that I read earlier talking about I did contact an advocate that Leo had suggested an email. And so hopefully, as I said, it doesn't end up in their spam trap or something.
No, I don't think so. And especially since she's waiting on hearing from you.
Right.
And she should get back to you. Excuse me. She should get back to you relatively fast. She got back to me they told me it would take up to 3 days. She got back to me the same day. So.
All right.
I would think that probably you'd hear something Monday or Tuesday from her.
Yeah. Miss DVR says mobility scooter can work against you because you need to keep training the muscles. That's some of the reasons why Dr. Lummibaugh mentioned, in addition to the fact that he can be concerned that I'd get fat or fatter because I wouldn't be walking as much.
Yeah. Good. She's doing better. She was sick.
Was sick, flu-like symptoms. Doing much better. How are you? I'm doing fine physically.
Ugh.
So, trying to reach out to new people, it always gets me kind of nervous because I never know exactly how much information I should reveal in a letter, But hopefully if she needs more details, she'll get back to me and ask the right questions and I can answer them. I was sick for as well for a day or two, says Red. Could be a cold or could be a flu. Florona is the first case has been detected in Los Angeles.
What's
first
it called?
case of Florona has been detected in America in Los Angeles. That's a combination of the flu and coronavirus together.
Right. Is that what they're calling it, Fluona? Or is that your word?
That's what they're calling it, yeah.
Oh.
Not me. They came up with the name. I would have just called it, oh fuck, not another disease.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mysterious says, I had the same warning, so I kept walking small amounts and kept training to learn to walk. It is a struggle sometimes, but we are thinking of our health in the future. Well, being I don't have a car, I have to walk everywhere. Like my right eye is kind of okay. It hasn't really gotten worse. I wouldn't say it's gotten any better. It's probably about the same. My left eye is good. But anyway, that's another thing too. I did mention the cataracts and my right eye. And maybe the actual option with the kneecap to actually rejoin the kneecap may not be so impossible to do, but it's still going to cost money. But $50,000 is something I still don't have. And maybe,
Right.
like you said, maybe the Charlotte Hungerford Hospital system might actually finance it.
Yeah, like I said, there's programs that you can sign up for. Most hospital have it.
Yeah.
See, my cat agrees.
The only thing is, though, is that since I don't have COVID-19 vaccination, they may refuse to treat me. Because they have refused.
I don't think they can. I don't think they have that where they can legally do that yet. At least not yet. No, don't do that.
Well, I guess it's up to the hospital to decide. Oh, you have no COVID vaccine, then I guess we're not going to treat you. That they have strongly discouraging elective surgeries. And they would probably say, well, since you walked on this damn kneecap for 3 years, I guess that would be elective.
Well, I think what the lawyer will do is possibly look into, like, how did you get your injury and, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
I'm sure she's going to ask that.
Yeah.
And my accident was documented by the Winston police, so.
How long ago was it?
Because they were first responders, they took me to the hospital.
Right. How long ago did you hurt yourself? 3 years ago?
December 6th, 2019.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Jimmy would could possibly still be sued over that.
Probably could be sued. But all I really want out of him is the building. But it's not his building, it's his wife's building. But at the same time, while I was going through litigation, I still would need a place to live. So I would have to be protected and be allowed to continue to pay rent and stay here until we win our case. Because litigation like that could take years. I think
someone told me if you're in a lawsuit or something with I don't think he can kick you out during that time.
Yeah, I would think Connecticut law would protect you. It doesn't mean he's going to like you being around as a tenant either.
Doesn't matter. That's business. See, Jimmy takes things personal, it sounds like, It has nothing to do with how you paying him rent. As long as you're paying your rent, you haven't what's it called?
Obligation.
Broke the contract deal. Here. You haven't broke the contract. You're playing by the rules. You're not doing anything that would be sufficient enough reason for him to kick you out.
Well, in a way,
now if you stop paying rent, yeah, he could.
Yeah, I mean, but also don't forget the way he kind of got sued by Mother God when he broke his wrist, and they still can't fix it. And they did surgery on his wrist 3 times, and he still can't use his wrist. So basically, the Cove is lying. What are you talking about? Mysterious says, I understand your concern. Yeah, I know where they are. That's what they're saying. They don't think it's not a single virus, right? It's a case of flu and coronavirus together. Yep, 2 different tests. So, well, hopefully she'll get back to me and she'll let me know what kind of things we can do, because I didn't mention my hearing loss, so I could put that under auditory spectrum or auditory processing disorder, which it is. It's definitely not physically damage to my ears.
Yeah. Well, I had listed off a whole bunch of things to her too. I don't know if she wrote it down or not, because like I said, she can't open a case until she talks to you directly.
Right.
So, but I would make sure. Did you put in there that look, I have no transportation.
Yes, I did.
I have hearing and visual impaired.
Yeah, I did.
I would need. It would be best for me to have a physical person come and talk to me. You know what I mean? Because I told her all this, but if she remembers or not.
I wanted to keep it within a page, but I definitely did mention that I am legal registered blind. I can't drive.
Okay, good.
And that I need to physically go everywhere on feet. I don't even have a car. Well, it says it's already being pushed. Oh, what is? Oh, you mean about the Florona thing? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I still haven't even figured out what to do with the will yet. That's another topic that's completely different. Is I don't know who I would entrust to take care of my estate. I have not figured that one out.
Yeah, yeah, that's my concern too, is like who could be like an executive over your stuff.
Right. Well, I could give maybe you the responsibility or Stan CT the responsibility, but I would need your full names, legal names, so I can go ahead and put that into the will when I send it down when I send the printed version down to the probate court after I notarize it. So
yeah, my concern with that is I live so far away. If Stan's willing to do it, maybe. But what about someone like Krista, who lives real close to you?
I don't know if Krista could handle it. I mean, it's.
You don't think so?
There's so much.
Well,
stuff.
you could always maybe Stan would know this. You could always have, like, if you write it all down, and I think there's something like a court appointed. Like executive for people that don't have.
What I would like to do is set up a trust or foundation, maybe for the for people to to advancement of the arts. That this technology can be used for a person for a group to start doing videos and audio works and things like that, preservation of materials, media. Like I would like to have my YouTube channel maintained, so people can always come back to the channel and go, oh, this is what she was doing, So that would mean that somebody would have to get involved and start downloading all the videos and cataloging them and putting them in a neat, orderly way so people can find them. There's just so much material we cover every year in the videos.
Right.
Miss DVR says, yeah, well, I'm having a fever and it's going down now. Mostly it is a stuffed nose for me. Compared with the variants in 2020, this one seems to be very much milder. Not really in the lungs, more of a muscle ache. Maybe that's just a regular flu. I don't know. So hopefully she'll get back to me. I mean, I know Stan's saying, is there things that you should add to this list that you didn't add in? But, if she's busy, I mean, she's going to look at what she has, and she's going to probably want to know more information, hopefully.
Right, exactly. I think that what you sent her should be sufficient enough where she'll look at it and she'll want to get, like, dates and like, stuff like that from you.
Copy of
So
a
I think you should be
certificate of legal
okay.
blindness.
But Stan is right. Maybe you should write down all this stuff so when she does want the information, you have it on the ready.
Right. Well, I already know she's probably going to see a copy of my certificate of legal blindness, which I have. And maybe even copies of my social security.
That should all be in like.
I don't even have.
I drank last night, so I'm not sharp this morning.
I don't even have a working flatbed scanner, which I really need, so I can scan documents in. That would be really what I need. A flatbed scanner that I can scan documents in. Otherwise, using my phone's okay, but it's not at the same quality like a flatbed scanner would be. I used to have one. I want to get another USB scanner, so I had a SCSI scanner, but this computer can't use SCSI. So the other computer that can use SCSI, unfortunately, Patty lost the damn cable and terminator, so I don't have the cable or terminator for the other scanner, so I can't use it. The thing is from 1994 anyway. It's an old ancient clunker of a scanner. So I really need a new scanner. I mean, they've come down in price for a Microtech Scan Man, but they're USB one, but they're still pretty expensive for the ones I want. So yeah, there are things I gotta do. Scanning things on my phone is a pain. It really is. Maybe if I had a flat top where I can put the item to scan under like acrylic glass, avoid reflections, and basically could just take snapshots of the stuff that would have fixed location so it doesn't have to keep getting messed up every time. Yeah. Well, anyway, okay, more yucky in the lungs about 2020 with the virus. Yeah. The thing is, I don't know. I'm not too good talking to strangers. I really do have a hard time with that. I don't want to make my story sound too much like a tragedy. Especially when you don't even know the person. I just want to make sure to get the basic information that they can actually ask further questions as needed. So like if she says, okay, and I made a mistake with the eyesight issue. I think it was 1974, not 1973. I have to double check. It does mention it in my certificate of legal blindness. But I still don't understand what. I mean, I know Stan's talking about the physical apartment issue, and I did mention that in the apartment is kind of worn out and old, and there's no elevator, and it's like it's on the third floor, and I'm paying $800 a month for it. You don't have to when you feel uncomfortable. Are you talking about me, or are you talking about the virus thing? I like to try to give the information in a way that, it takes me, for me, sometimes you have to open me up like a clam, because I'm not easy to get into. If you really, you can slowly eke out the information, because I've always been self-sufficient. So for me, sending a letter to somebody else and saying help is a rarity. I don't usually do that. So if she gets back to me and says, if I say to her in the next letter, if I'd like you to be able to talk to Blazing Leo, I would need your name, address, phone number, and then I could send that information to her so she can send me the release form, so you can talk to her, and then that way she can also email you back as well. But because you live far away, I don't know if they might be able to help much. I would also mention Stan as well. Again, the same thing. I need his legal address, name, and everything, so that they can contact him as well.
Right. Well, I think the first thing is first is that you sent this off when she touched base with you. You may not even need anybody. They may act in your stead. They may be that type of person. Excuse me, sorry. They may be that type of law firm that will act,
Right.
as your,
And
God,
since
I can't think of the word,
I gave her my U.S. mail address, and I did
called.
give her, which also is my physical address, she could always say, well, I'd like to come out and see you. And I would say,
Right.
okay. So maybe that will happen too. Maybe she'll just contact me and say, okay, I'd like to meet with you in person about this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she, like I said, I had talked to her, and she's well aware of your disabilities through me. I think I told her everything except for I left out the Asperger's, because there was a whole list that I gave her. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, and I don't know if she wrote it down, but she seemed pretty, with it, like a smart girl. So,
Right.
She may remember all this since it wasn't that long we talked.
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got the ball rolling. That's the important thing. Now it's just keep it going. She'll get back with you and ask you different questions about things that
Right.
She feels is important.
Right.
Oh no, I can't open that PDF file, Michelle, because it says it's corrupted or damaged.
It's not, because I opened it.
And it could be my phone. My phone is janky, so. I don't know. You said it's not that long. If you want to screenshot it and just put it in Discord.
I tried to screenshot it. The problem was because I don't have I was going to send you the raw text, and because
okay, that's what I thought, Stan. That's what I thought. Advocate. That was the word I was looking for.
Said the law firm could act as client advocate and handle most of the things. I think. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. And then, and especially because you're visual and hearing impaired,
right.
They would have, they know how to handle that stuff. That, they're a disability law firm. So, they're prepared for all this stuff.
Right. And even if they were wrong about the total cost of knee repair, after all, Patty was the one who quoted it to me. I don't know where she got all her figures, but she did say they did say there would be a couple months of recovery in an outpatient recovery place. Which means the thing is, it doesn't cover paying the rent for my existing apartment because I'm gonna take some of my Social Security to pay that rent. I don't know how they would pay for my regular rent in my existing apartment, or who would take care of the cat or anything. That's something that would have to be dealt with, because if they decided they want to fix the knee, they're going to have to come up with the money and say, okay, Michelle's got to pay for her existing rent. Michelle has to pay for someone to take care of her cat. Now, Ed's here. He theoretically could, but Ed's got his own problems, so I don't know how much he could do.
I don't know if I would trust Ed in my apartment to take care of my stuff.
I don't think he would know what he was doing in the first place.
Well, right. I mean, like you said, he was having issues with turning on a lamp. Or turning it off. I don't know if I'd trust him to be in my apartment. If he had his own place, that's different. But I'm taking care of my stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, there are things that this is just something that I just feel is getting to be a little bit ridiculous. Everybody particularly talks about the apartment, which I do think is becoming a problem, because when I got the apartment 17 years ago, I was more capable of doing a lot of things, and, age is catching up with me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it does to all of us, Michelle. I mean, But, what sucks is that you didn't have anything in place, and not really any family there for that support.
Right, I don't know exactly if you realize it, but the only person in my family that actually had any knowledge of the mafia links was my uncle. I didn't get involved with that at all. I didn't even deal with that stuff.
Well, I think he's referring, because Ed did say he was in the mafia.
Yeah.
when he was mad at people. He said he was in the mafia.
He had mafia family members, but he doesn't have any direct access to the mafia any more than I do. So the thing is that I personally would still like to know how in the hell do people on disability get so lost in the system? Is it their own fault? Is it the system fault? Is it a combination of both?
Everything is paperwork. You got to jump through this hoop and got to jump through that hoop, and a lot of people give up. Like I said, the help is out there, but they make it hella hard for people to get it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I mean do they do this on purpose so people don't want the help?
Yeah, it could be a little bit of that. It could just be
just plain arrogance on their part.
How they got to follow certain criteria and rules to have things done. But what I don't understand is when you get your letters from DHS, Social Security, whatever.
Yeah.
They can't put it in layman's terms where they're just like, okay, we need to know, da 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 da. No, they got to add all that other mumble jumble in there, and that's what a lot of people will shy away from because they're like, I don't understand this.
Right.
Why can't you just ask me what you need to know and tell me, what you need from me in layman's terms rather than a one-page thing saying you need my bank statement.
About healthcare costs, needs, etc. First, you need updated evaluation address diagnosis, which is under DX, and treatment TX. Right. Well, I have my medical doctor has some of the information on hand, which I do have a primary care physician. I got to see him on the 21st of February. So,
Skunk Cake, you have kolachkis? I was gonna make some for Christmas. Are you Polish, Skunk Cake? I think that's a Polish thing. Kolachkis are cookies.
Okay.
If he's saying the same thing. Okay, so Stan said, forget whatever you were told years ago about health. Yeah. That's very true. She needs to be re-evaluated on all those levels. And I still think that you need a different doctor. I think you need a doctor that's going to spend the time with you, and like an internal medicine doctor rather than
that's
GP.
what this doctor is. He is an internal medicine doctor. The problem
is internal medicine?
He's got such a Christian caseload. And now with the fact that so many doctors are leaving the industry, there's...
Yeah. Well, because it's run... that's part of the reason why I don't want to get back into the healthcare world is because everything's run now as like a conveyor belt system.
Right, exactly.
There's no there's no personalization in it. The doctor I worked for, that doctor he used to do home visits, like for his elderly patients. If they couldn't get to him, he would go to them. And that's what I loved about working for that doctor.
Right.
He gave back to his patients. He actually cared. It's hard to find a doctor like that now.
Yeah. Right now, most doctors now are like you said, like a conveyor belt. Like his office now makes me feel like first I gotta go through shipping and receiving. Then you gotta go sign in. Then you gotta wait in the waiting room. Then you get stuck in the exam room. Then you gotta go to shipping and sending, kind of thing. Where here's your paperwork. Okay, come back. Go get the blood work. Don't come back. Oh wait. What? Oh wait a minute. You guys don't even want to ask me what's really wrong, what's bothering me. It's like it's just. Okay, you did your quarterly review. You're done. That's it. You didn't. And that's what I'm feeling like. And a lot of people are saying the same thing, like you said. The doctors are feeling thrown into a conveyor belt.
Mm-hmm.
Leo,
that's what it is.
The housing issues could properly be addressed after the health issues and needs are sorted out, in my opinion. Yeah, the housing issues is really not the biggest problem. It's there, but it's not like, yeah. Get the knee fixed first. I didn't even mention the teeth. I should have brought up the teeth. But I'm sure when she sees me in person, I think she's gonna say, "Oh my God, you got teeth problems too." Yeah.
I don't think your teeth are that bad, though, Michelle, to be honest with you.
I haven't been to the
But
dentist in
when
over
is the last? Yeah, I was going to say, when is the last time you've been to
4
a
or 5
dentist?
years ago. So
Wow.
yeah, I at least need a partial bridge in the front, and I got to take the broken piece out of the back and put either a partial bridge or an implant in the rear. That's going to cost money. They said to fix the one in the back is going to cost $3,200 for parts and labor. And so that I asked my dentist for, and he told me, yeah, it's about $3,200 for parts and labor, because we got to take the broken tooth out, and then we got to let it heal a bit, and then we can put an implant in or do a partial. Probably an implant, because it would be better than a partial, because germs and crud can get underneath a partial and really aggravate everything. Last dental visit was about 5 years ago. From Horizon Dental in Torrington. So, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff to go through. And sometimes I really need someone to help me with sorting through all this and help pace me so I don't freak out. Because I might take on too much at once. I did mention the Asperger's. And I explained sometimes I have a hard time coping with it because I never got any training how to handle my Asperger's. After I was diagnosed by Maria Havens, they never give me any kind of training ability. And there's no support group in my area for Asperger's. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that have to be done with. But to avoid confusing the hell out of me and overwhelming me to the point of inaction because of my Asperger's, I got to deal with things one little step at a time. You know, I made the first step. I sent the letter. Let's see what the letter says when she comes back to me, and then we can take it from there. And, yeah. What? Red. I got it. Listing what? I heard you, Red. What?
Oh, he said, tell Ed to make him some breakfast. Is Ed sleeping?
I'm sorry. I have a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios afterwards. And then this afternoon, I was going to buy some food at Instacart. Because Ed's like having kittens over the issue of beer. It's going to be icy and crabby tomorrow. I'm going to need my beer. Ed. And then he said, I said, how long does the typical 30-pack last you? Oh, about 3 days. Say what? 3 days? No. No way. No. That's too fast. You're drinking too much too quick. That's 10 freaking beers a day. No way. You can't be drinking that many. I don't understand. His whole life evolves around that. Yet he says he's been sober when he was in shelters for 3 months at a time. If you were sober for 3 months at a time in a shelter, why can't you be sober 3 months at a time in the winter? And so I don't have to go through all this garbage over and over again.
Well, I think in shelters, I don't think you're allowed to drink.
No.
That's probably why.
But he stayed sober for 3 months.
Yeah. That seems like it's cut off. You know, he'll get dry out for 3 months and then go back, to drinking again.
Right now I have Because he didn't want to be sober. What do you mean he didn't want to be sober? He was sober for 3 months, many times.
Yeah, but what Red's saying is he didn't really want to do it. He had to do it.
Right.
Just like he was sober when he had that gout flare up by you. It's because he had to do it.
Right.
You know, it's not because he chose to. You know, he had to do it.
I mean,
And
he
he's an
has
alcoholic.
he
You know,
has his
that's
own skeletons in his own closet. First of
you
all,
hit my
he's
head
not the
with
kind of guy who would send an email to anybody. I could tell you that. You would never send an email to this person. He writes, Michelle, write the letter. Me? It's you. You're supposed to write the letter. But they're saying, yeah, but my cell phone sucks. Oh, okay. Then call him then. But then you don't got the paper trail. Okay, now that's the reason I sent the letter. I don't know. He makes more excuses than he needs to, and I can't help him with his excuses right now in life. I just find it frustrating. Let's see. No, I haven't gotten a letter from them. Oh, yeah, CVS Pharmacy, renewal by Anderson. Buy one, get one, 40% off. That's not this person. CVS Pharmacy, that's trash. That's trash. Train molds kind of trash. That's trash. I don't know. I just feel like this is a lot to deal with. And of course, you know, the situation with Ed only adds to it because it's like I don't have to worry about his situation on top about my situation. Because he's going to drag me into his situation. And then it's like, oh, wait.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to be worried about him. I understand that you care for Ed and you consider Ed a friend, but he needs his own support system.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you've jumped in there and now you have to be his caretaker, I think that's way too much for you.
Yeah, I mean, he can get his own health care. He can get his own assistance. I know he can. If he's willing to do the legwork. I mean, I did the beginnings of the legwork. So, for myself, not for him.
Oh, look. Okay, Stan put a number in the chat for Asperger's, adult Asperger's support in Connecticut.
All right. That's the Massachusetts number, though. 617. Stan, can you also text that to me? Also in Discord. That's the Massachusetts, but that might be a start. Yeah. Because that's a 617 area code. That's Massachusetts. Oh, I don't know. And I'm also, like, I did, you know, I didn't mention to them about the auditory processing disorder. I should bring that up too, because it is kind of tied in with the Asperger's, apparently. Because, I mean, I think the situation, especially when it makes sure my hearing goes right out the window. You know. I mean, I don't mind living in an older building. That doesn't bother me. But I do admit, I really kind of wish it was on the ground floor. My landlord originally did offer me an apartment that was on the ground floor afterwards, after my knee injury. But it was $900 a month. No, it was $800 a month at the time. I'm sorry. But it did not include heat and hot water and the rent. And I still would have had to pay him the $200 back rent. So that would have cost me $1,000 each month. And I said to him very nice, I said, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. That's too much money. And also the bathtub was a more modern fiberglass tub, which was too low down for me to get in and out of at the time.
Oh my God. Okay, so I never really looked into I kind of knew what auditory processing disorder. But this makes sense, Michelle.
Yeah.
You know, and I know like Skynet and Paul and stuff that they would get frustrated with you, like when they would say something to you and you like would just completely like ignore it or change the subject.
Right. That's why I posted that in news and videos so people could learn about it.
Yeah, well, you know, they're not going to look into that. But this makes a lot of sense now, you know.
Yeah, because
you know,
I mean, I've
what
had
that
my ears
is.
physically tested, and there's nothing wrong with my physical hearing. It's just weird.
Wait, I thought you lost some of your hearing when you took that plane ride.
I may have lost some of it on that, but that certainly was not to the point where kind of profound, mild hearing loss I apparently have, as far as they're concerned. Because I did lose some frequencies.
Oh, okay. So it's more the auditory processing disorder, which is the problem.
Right.
Okay.
Kinda
Okay, because I was wondering, like on the cell phone, you hear me just fine.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I was kind of questioning. Like, well, why is she understanding me on the cell phone, but you know, on like Google Meets or whatever, it's, you know, it seems like sometimes you don't understand.
Right, because anxiety alone, stressful, can totally cause my hearing to totally go right out the window. So what do they do for APD therapy, though? I don't know, I have no idea what they do. Maybe they teach you to look for certain cues or some kind of thing. Or maybe there might be a way to, you know, maybe teach you how to keep track of your anxiety issues, which can really cause your hearing to really go down the shitter. And if I get anxious, like the phone calls in the night shows are a good example of that. They can really, really cause my hearing to really go out the left field somewhere because of anxiety issues. That's one of the reasons why I do terrible on the phone calls and the night shows. And I think the trolls think it's funny, but the truth is it just points out a point that you're making fun of a person who has a hearing issue that is caused by auditory processing disorder. And also, if you got any kind of weird noise in the background or something, I could totally miss my hearing can totally miss the cues. It's focusing on the weird noise and not the voices.
Okay, so it says treatment for auditory processing disorder may include modifying the environment to reduce or eliminate certain sounds, teaching skills to compensate for the disorder, and working with an audiologist to improve the auditory deficit itself. In some cases, patients may use an electronic device to aid in listening as well.
Right. But the only thing is that all the cases I've seen for therapy mentioned on YouTube is for kids. I don't see anything for adults.
Okay, they say, yeah, the earlier it's diagnosed, the better, because they start helping you as a child.
But they didn't do anything for me as a child, though. Again.
Yeah, a combination of professional school and home therapies with speech pathologists.
My mom used to say, you only hear what you want to hear. That is not accurate. If I really wanted to hear what I wanted to hear, I would have been able to focus on the conversation I'm trying to have. But then again, it seems like that's the problem. That's why you talk good when it's in a quiet room where there's, and I'm relaxed and taking it easy. But if you put me under a lot of stress, even if it's a quiet room, my mind starts jumping to a million other things, and then my hearing is like it's like when I do videos. Actually, it's a perfect example of this. For example, I use the X264 encoder. Now, the X264 encoder is a software-based encoder. But what happens when my computer gets stuck processing other things at the same time? All of a sudden, the video turns into garbage. It's not because the computer doesn't want to do a good job doing video. It's because it's stuck processing everything else at the same time. Instead of prioritizing and say, hey, I got to get this video processed before I worry about playing World of Warcraft. Well, in my case, it's the opposite. It's like all of a sudden my hearing gets treated last as a priority while everything else gets treated first. So when I get anxious, it's like my hearing is like goes right out the window. So that's pretty scary when you think about it. That's one of the reasons.
There's such a thing as called aerobics. It's funny.
Aerobics? What's that?
Yeah. It's just their how to like retrain your ears. They're talking about programs that could help.
Okay.
With that disorder. And one of them's aerobics.
Yeah. Aerobics. Right. Well, like I said, I need new firmware. I mean, they have to do something with my brain. They have to download some new firmware to it because it cannot process audio in certain situations. And the trolls love it. They make fun of it because they think it's funny. But they don't realize at the same time it frustrates the hell out of me because sometimes I really want to talk to them. Stan Cici says, Michelle Marie, it's a new year and you're in good hands. Now, don't overthink everything and get anxious. It'll work out for you. John Heyman says, are there any horror stories of people that live on the bottom floor of your apartment? Not sure of plumbing that... No, there's nothing. There is nothing downstairs except for 3 storefronts, and they're vacant. And I haven't heard of any new leaks downstairs in several years. They had to replace a lot of pipes over the years. Because, like, for example, the last one they just did this year was a sewer pipe. They had to replace the cast iron pipe with plastic pipe. So I that's all I can tell you. You know, I know you guys are looking for ways to basically rip Jimmy a new asshole, but seriously, guys, I mean, I haven't seen any major issues recently. How you doing, Morsel Monk? But like you said, anxiety is really my enemy. I don't care what my zodiac sign says. Anxiety is a killer, especially for me. I don't do good when I get anxious. And I know the trolls love it, but I don't love it. You know, I try really hard to keep calm. The morning shows is a good example where we do that. We keep calm. We don't get all stressed out like we do in the night shows. They're enjoyable. But they still do make me emotionally tired at the end of a show. A little bit. Depending on the day. Some days the shows go easy enough that there's no emotional exhaustion. But some days the shows, even the morning shows, can get high enough energy that when I'm done, I feel like I just ran a marathon. But the night shows are absolutely the worst for wearing me down. I don't know if you ever thought about that, Leo, or did you?
What's that?
Why the night shows wear me down so much?
Oh, I know exactly why they wear you down. We were actually talking about this last night, and they were saying, like, you know, she's so energetic and everything for, like, the morning shows, you know, but it seems like she loses the energy and enthusiasm for the night. And I said, it's because she doesn't want to do them. You know, they're very stressful for her.
Right. And they are. You know, especially when you got the panel and the phone calls and you don't know what's going to happen next. And so you get very, very nervous because you don't know what you're expecting. I mean, you could be having a nice conversation with one person, one phone call, and the next next phone call, next thing the police end up showing up at your door. That is not a comfortable feeling.
Right.
Mochis are pastries with sausage inside. Okay. I don't know what that is either.
I don't know what klotchies are. I have to look klotchies up. Or kluchies. I thought he was saying kolachki.
Oh. So, what do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys feel? How do you feel about this? Because I want to hear how you people in the chat feel about this. Does this surprise you any? Do you kind of like, oh, we had kind of already suspected something similar? No, they're not. Skunking, don't even get started with that one. Leo, the lack of first floor apartment in Michelle's present building will undoubtedly result in her being moved by the client advocate to a handicapped accessible apartment. No doubt in my mind. I don't think that's unlikely. I mean, he does have apartments in another building next door, but he would have to relocate that family out of that apartment into my apartment.
Yeah, but Michelle, I think it would be best to get out from Jimmy. He doesn't properly maintain his properties. You know, he's getting older. He's not the nicest of guy.
Right, and not only that, but even my medical doctor agreed that I should be in a place with a gas stove, not an electric stove. Because,
why?
Because I can see when the burners are on. I can't see when the burners are on with the electric stove.
Oh, okay, so that's what it is.
That's a safety issue. And that's something that he put a letter in to Jimmy, and Jimmy just looked at it and just pocketed it and said, "No, sorry, it ain't happening." Yeah, but again, Hobo, the thing is the moving costs, the first month, last month, security, and getting the people to move. The advocate would have to take care of all of that. You know.
Morning, Hobo.
So, yeah. And of course, it still has to be close enough to where I can get the things I need to do on feet, too. So it can't be like out in the middle of Winchester Center, because that would do me no good, because I wouldn't be able to walk to Winston to get the things I need done.
If you're in a building that's handicap accessible, more than likely there would be some type of transportation that would, you know, where you maybe not have to walk, you know what I mean? Or just walk to a bus station or something like that.
Yeah, well, there is the senior center does run the paratransit for within town transport in the morning, because they're not doing the afternoon because of COVID. So if I get my appointments done in the morning, that's fine. But if I have to do something in the afternoon, I have to find my own transportation. Excuse me. I'm not the one buying the trains, Skynet. Why is he accusing me of buying trains?
I think he's kind of talking to Ed, but indirectly to you. He knows you're not buying trains.
And I've been working really hard to try to save up money right now. You know, and that's something to keep in mind, is I have been working to put money aside for this purpose. Not just the video card. That's certainly on my list, yes, but that's not the only reason.
Is Ed saving money at all? I mean, even a little bit at a time?
No, Ed has no intentions to save money at all. Because if he was totally smart, he should take that beer habit of his and shove it where the sun don't shine, and actually take that money that he spends and put that towards things like he needs, like getting housing or assistance programs. But he's Hold on a minute. Someone's ringing my doorbell. 1 minute. 1 minute!
1 minute.
Oh. It's probably Jimmy again.
I figured you were talking to Ed.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Uh-oh, Jimmy's there.
Because I'm on a live show right now. What you need this time? Let me just put
downstairs have phone light there.
Let me just. Everybody wants to see you when you're on camera. Oh, I'll get you on here so you guys see you. Jimmy's here. I can't hear you guys right now. Wait, put sound on here.
Stan, get up here.
So, what is it you need this time? I said, what is it you need this time?
Downstairs,
What downstairs?
you got on light and a pantry. The older chair, you come see it. And apartment 3.
Apartment 3 for what?
You have one pull chair. Then over.
Okay.
You come see it downstairs.
So, what do you need on the 3 now?
The pull chain to the light. Then over. You come check it out.
Okay. So, the pull chain on the light?
Right.
You know, I really can't handle standing on a ladder that well, Jimmy.
It's a good ladder. It's the one light. That's it. You can see it. Come.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't do that right now. I already told you I already got a show right now. I'm live right now. Right now, you're on TV.
When you gonna come? Come just see it. I show you. I put the ladder and after you go.
I'll have to see it after the show is done.
When is
Michelle,
it
you can't climb on a ladder.
Usually in about 45 minutes from now, unless we run longer.
Okay, I can.
Why don't you get Chris over there?
Chris is sick.
Tell him to grab his oxygen tank and lug it over there and do it.
He's sick.
Well, I've been sick too lately. You didn't even ask me.
He have corona fucking.
Yeah,
sick.
but...
You see?
Well, you know, really, you shouldn't get... You need to get another person, Jimmy. Honestly.
I know you're gonna be better. So now we see. I'm gonna come and
Maybe I'll see you at the after the show. Maybe.
downstairs you can do it. It's a 5-minute job.
If I choose to.
Right. I come back, see you. All right.
Have a nice day.
All right.
Michelle, you can't climb on a ladder.
All right. Seriously. I don't know if you heard
What a piece of garbage. You can't do that. He's going to get the ladder for you. If he can get the ladder, why can't he do it himself?
Because he doesn't know nothing about electrical. That's why.
Oh, well. That's... Jesus. This guy, man.
If I'm feeling up to it, I'll do it. He's got a maintenance guy. He says he's sick. He gives him more breaks than he gives me. I just asked him. I said, I'm not feeling well either emotionally. I don't feel like doing the job. I'm not even paid.
Yeah, Michelle, don't do it. Talk to him offline and tell him, look, I can't do this. I'm physically impaired. I wouldn't feel comfortable up on a ladder. And tell him, Jimmy, I'll possibly fall. Do you want a lawsuit?
Yeah, I know. And then also, what exactly is it he needs done? Fixing a switch in a pull chain light? This is the reason why he's really got to get some people there and hire staff to do this shit.
He's got a maintenance man who's on oxygen. What's
I don't know
wrong
about
with this
oxygen,
guy?
but as far as I'm concerned, he might as well be. He makes more excuses for this guy. Oh, he's feeling sick. What about me? I'm not even a maintenance person. You know, you should be getting more people on your staff, not just depending on me. I mean, yeah. Oh, don't worry about it, guys. This whole show is evidence in many ways. You think about it, because first of all, and we could even send this person a link to this show and say, hey, we're talking about the case that Michelle sent you in the letter, and other people are talking to her about it as well. We'd like you to watch the show to its entirety, and so you can understand some of the backstory of what's going on. Maybe that might interest her enough to say, hey, you know what? This is very important here. I'll actually will send her a link to the show afterwards. And tell her is that you really need to watch this so you understand what's going on with Michelle. If you were the maintenance person, you should get a big break in the rent. I would think so. But even when I was before my injury, I didn't get a big break in the rent whatsoever.
That guy is such a douche.
He could easily fix the light himself. He's done them before. I mean...
And Michelle, at this point, I think he does it just to have some type of control over you. Like, okay, well, she didn't come out and do something for me with the elements. You know, I'm going to make sure that, you know, she understands I'm still boss, and I'm going to make some stupid-ass job for her to come and do. Because he didn't ask. It's not like he said, Michelle, how you feeling today? Do you think you could do me a favor? You know,
no.
Take a look at this and let me know. He was just like, no, you come down, you look at this. It's only going to take you a few minutes. No, I'm sorry. I'd be like, fuck you, dude. Sorry, didn't want to drop the F-bomb. Your morning show, but that
and he's the
me
kind
off.
of person that wants me to drop my show and run downstairs to do this. When he knows that I'm live, that's why I had him on camera, because I wanted to make sure he got the message. Look, I'm live right now, you know? And let people see what you look like. You know, I was hoping, and I was right, maybe he did. Maybe he got a little nervous when he said, oh, wait a minute. Am I on TV? Yeah, you're on TV.
If I knew it was Jimmy at the door, I would have said, Michelle, don't answer it. Don't answer it. Lock your door. Do not answer it.
It is locked. He's the only one that rings the doorbell.
What a...
In some ways, he can be just as bad as Joe Perry. If you don't answer the doorbell, he rings it even more.
And, you know, the fact that you have it now, you know, that he's, you know, we'll have to talk more about this off. I don't want to put too much out on your show. But yeah, what he just did was not cool. Not cool at all.
What you just did to Michelle was not cool. Period. Yeah. All right, come on, stay. Yeah, so...
Right.
So,
at this point, I think somebody would consider him such a disgusting human being that most people would do it for free.
If you're a maintenance person now, you should get a big break in the rent. Yeah. No effing way. Jimmy's greedy and pushy, yeah. I don't think so, Skynet. First of all, I'm not interested in Jimmy in that way.
Skynet, I don't...
He's not really my style.
That was Skunk Ape who said it.
He's not my type. No. He's too cheap to go to Home Depot and buy a modern light outlet for $26. He wants you to fix an ancient one out of colored pull string. He's a scoundrel. No kidding. All right, so...
Good morning, Dab. Dabacles.
We have rewired a few of them with wall switches, believe it or not. But the thing is... he's a real stressor to work under because he's like, he wants everything cheap, 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 cheap. And
That's a good idea, John.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly right, Stan. Like, how much in that building and even his other buildings is so out of date. If Michelle, what would happen? You fix that or whatever, and you miss something because you're not a licensed electrician,
Right.
and the whole place goes up in smoke. You know what I mean?
And the problem is I told him if he wanted to help me pay for the exam, I could become a licensed electrician. But he doesn't want to pay for the exam. I mean, I could easily pass the exam. I could easily get the E1.
Even if you became a licensed electrician, I mean, you can't do that stuff anymore.
No.
It's your bum knee, your sight impairment. That's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. Good God, this man! I'm not even calling him a man. This slug of a being.
Well, maybe Stan should come up and confront him again. And this time actually show papers. I wonder what he would say then.
I think if Jimmy got like more aggressive towards you, then something like that might need to be. But I think what we got in motion right now is going to really shock Jimmy. And I don't, because he's messing with something that isn't anything to do with like tenant stuff.
If I sent Hannah a link to this stream, I wonder what she would say if she saw this.
Well, I'm gonna get that clip, and I'm gonna either you can send it or I'm gonna send it to her. The whole stream
would be a good clip. I mean, the whole stream would be a good clip because the whole thing is covering this exact topic that we covered in the letter and things we forgot to cover in the letter. And
yeah.
And I mentioned to her in the show that we do talk about these things on the show, and I gave her a link to my channel.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that too. Send it to her, but I would timestamp where he came in and say pay close attention to this because remember Michelle, she is busy. She's got a lot to do.
Yeah.
But I mean.
Speaking of that,
if you highlight certain areas
already today, because I mean, like I said, Jimmy's basically starting to piss me off with him. It's just like,
and it should.
No, it's just a simple matter. Down in apartment 3, you fix a pole chain light. I've fixed so many of those pole chain lights in the past. The kids have broken the chains over and over again, and then I have to keep replacing them, and they're like, "Holy crap!"
And what's his excuse? Why can't he do it?
I don't know. Besides, he says he doesn't know electrical wiring. That's his excuse. Is he still doesn't know anything about electrical wiring at all? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but does he want you just to replace? I mean, did they pull the whole chain out? Because normally you could just get a connecting chain.
Yeah, exactly.
To connect to those.
If they rip the chain out of the switch, then they have to replace the whole fixture because many of the newer lights are the pull switch is integrated into the light fixture, and that's the thing that drives me crazy, because we updated the one in the bathroom with a wall switch with a separate fan control, so the people can have the switch to turn the light on or turn the fan on or both separately, and that was a nice job. But I don't know. He's just total bullshit. Just total bullshit.
If I was you, I would just when you end your show, go take a nap. Don't go down there. Don't do it. Just tell him, hey, look, I'm not feeling good.
Well, he knows the show ends usually around 12 noon, so he's gonna be back up again. I mean, I could stick my head down there and say, okay, let's see what you got. All right, fine. Okay, I'll just tell him straight out. The minute what he wants done, you do it. You want me to make the light?
Put a note on the door and say, sorry, had to leave.
No. Jimmy timestamp is at 1 hour 25 minutes even. All right. Put down.
Did he ever shovel or anything with the snow on the steps and everything, or no?
He plowed the front sidewalk, but he didn't do anything with the rear.
And the rear is where you go out to take the garbage?
Okay, that's where I take out the garbage. And
Yeah.
he didn't do the most stellar job on the front either.
Jesus. Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful to the guy, but seriously, you know, like
What? No, be disrespectful. He disrespects you all the time.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to end up getting a situation where he says, "Well, I don't want to rent you anymore." Then I'll have no place to go. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, but he has no legal standing with that, Michelle. You pay your rent. You're not a drug addict. I mean, he has no right to just kick you out.
Right. I agree.
I know it's a fear. I know Jimmy's a douche, and he probably would try to do something like that. But that's why I said it's important for you to talk to this woman and get her, you know, on the ball on things. Then they can step in if he starts to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is that I have to figure out what we're going to order from Instacart today. I told Ed I would do that in the right after the show. We'll sit down and try to figure out what we can get for Instacart. And then was supposed to send me the money for the beer, so he has to send it to me in PayPal so I can at least be reimbursed for the beer money. But the thing is that I really kind of wish deep down that Ed would just give up the damn beer for once in his life.
Yeah, he's not going to, Michelle. He's a lifer. He has no drive to quit. He's always going to be a drinker.
Yeah. That's the reason why I don't really want to start drinking at all. Period.
Yeah. Well, I understand that. It's, you know.
Yeah, it's disgusting to take advantage of disabled anybody. He's just as disabled as I am now. But the thing is that it's the way he does it that just really, really gets under my chin. It's like, oh my God, you know, like.
Well, the difference between you and Jimmy, though, is he may have a disability, but he's got the money.
He's got the money to pay.
Job.
He's got
to
the money
maintain
to pay an
stuff.
electrician. He's got the money to get the proper people here, and I don't.
Exactly. I just think he's so used to you just jumping when he says jump that, you know, he's gotten used to taking advantage of you.
Well, you heard what I said. I'll do it if I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a pretty straight on answer. I mean, if I feel up to it, I might just lock down and look and say, well, yeah. When he says get up there in the ladder and fix it, and it's like, hell no. I don't like climbing on those high, tall step ladders. They scare me.
Get him, Red.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about doing, like, you know, a meet and greet with you, and somebody called it MicheleCon. That would be so awesome if we were all, like, meeting up with you and we all surrounded Jimmy.
You know, it would be interesting if we had a local meet up and you all got to meet Jimmy in person. I know some people would definitely give him an earful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet you he'd be super nice then.
He sees me. He is a misogynist pig. I will tell you this for a fact.
Oh, he is. He was very rude on the phone. Very rude.
Yeah.
But I bet you if it was a man, he would have been a little bit more, you know, nicer.
I don't know which man I would ask to contact him. Stan, maybe? Maybe
Well,
we should.
Stan has offered to talk to him. I don't know if that offer still applies. You know, you also got Paul.
Yeah, I think I think Stan might need to have to intervene with Jimmy a bit on one level and say, look, I work with legal issues in the state of Connecticut, and you are breaking every single landlord-tenant law you can imagine by trying to demand that Michelle fix your problems. Never mind the fact that Michelle has physical injuries and she can't do certain things. You know, that's not fair to her. You don't even get her any kind of financial compensation. You don't give her a break on the rent. You basically demand Michelle fix this, fix that. And that's not cool. Oh yeah, I mean, I could seriously give out his phone number to all of YouTube, and I wonder what would happen if his phone starts ringing off the wall. I bet the trolls would have a field day. I'm almost mad enough to do it.
Well, I mean, it didn't take much for Ed, you know, for them to trigger Ed when he was newly introduced.
Yeah. So imagine what they would do to Jimmy. The negative karma Jimmy's earning in this lifetime will set him back 1,000 years or 40, 50 future lives to work off.
Yes. Okay, so Stan said he will talk to Jimmy next time.
He will talk to Jimmy next time I'm up there. I'll let Leo give you his number. She has it.
You gave it to me in Discord, right?
Yeah.
I didn't save it in my phone. It wasn't something that I was looking to.
It's on Discord. I can send it.
Yeah.
I can send it to you on your phone too if you really want it.
I got it.
All right. So, and you could even tell him, "Hey, I saw you on Michelle's show. You were being kind of unfair to Michelle, and let him know that you saw it on Michelle." And what he would say to that? Oh, wait a minute. What? How did you see me on Michelle's show? Simple. She pointed the camera at you. Well, I just gave the number to Leo, and she can give it to Stan, and then maybe
I gave it to him.
If that doesn't work good enough, then maybe we'll put it up in the journal chat area on the Discord. I mean,
Heyman said he had it at one time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Jimmy. See, I didn't get a look at him. Oh yeah, he looks like a little peckerhead.
He looks like a little weasel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could do a lot worse than that, guys. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, you could send building inspectors out here, and he'll definitely be screaming. Why is all these people showing up my door with a building inspector department? You did come on my show. Yeah. Next time Jimmy tells you to do something, please say, no, I'm not doing these things around the apartment without being compensated. Exactly. I mean, he's more worried about his maintenance guy who got COVID than he's worried about me. Why? I mean, I'm surprised he doesn't get that guy out there and say, go ahead and fix my light fixture, Chris. Well, I don't feel good. That's too bad. You're actually getting paid to stay here. Yeah. All right, then, Tiger.
Morning, Tiger. He's Macedonian?
Macedonia. It's kind of like the Macedonia and Bulgaria are really kind of related to each other. And
He looks evil.
he looks like a weasel. He's a weasel.
Yeah, he looks evil though.
Maybe he's the real Dr. Evil. As he would really look like in today from Austin Powers. You know how expensive it is to be Dr. Evil? Well, how many years of the Dr. Evil school did I have to go to get my degree? Oh, here I am. I am now 79 years old, 69 years old. Wah, and I still evil. Yeah. I don't know about a COVID spreader. I that's a good question. I don't think he wants to spread anything like that.
I don't think he cares, to be honest.
No. I mean, one of the things, if I bought this building, if I got the building in a lawsuit, let me tell you the first thing I would do.
Morning, Gianni.
The first thing I would do is I would make sure all the vacant, we'll start with the vacant apartments first. We'll start with rewiring. We get the electricians in, get the gas-tricians in to fix the gas lines.
Honest to God, though, Michelle, you said that a building is leaning. The first thing you would have to do is fix the foundation.
Jack it up, yeah. You would have to get the foundation fixed.
That would be like your number one thing.
Those big hydraulic jacks like they use for moving houses to level it up. But you got to be careful when you do that, because if you do it too hard, the plastic in the walls will crack. So then you
right. I remember our house. The foundation on our house was actually my house I grew up in, and then my grandmother's house my dad jacked it up. Like I said, he knew how to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
he was an amazing handyman.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Jimmy's not that guy.
No. Well, no, because Jimmy's cheap, and he probably all his life has had people barking orders at people to do the things for him.
Ideally, the best thing you would do is, honestly, when the building was vacant, is just totally gut it. But we would want to restore it to at least what it looked like back when it was first built. So I want to restore it to its original glory.
Yeah, well, you're talking probably easy $1 million there, Michelle. I mean, foundation work, electrical work, plumbing work, then probably removing all the the walls and stuff to re-drywall everything. The floors all need to be fixed.
Well, no, I'd go with plaster. I wouldn't go with drywall.
Or however you wanted to do it. I mean, you're talking an easy $1 million.
Well, let's put it this way: how many millions of dollars will I earn from a lawsuit? That's the question. I mean,
that's true.
At least then I would have a turnkey income once the building was renovated. Okay, I don't know who that is. I don't know that. Never heard that song before.
By Cher, Gypsy Tramps and Thieves.
I never heard
that
song.
It's an older song. You might like it. Do you know you've listened to Cher before, right?
Yeah, I've heard Cher. I Got You, Babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunny Boy. Yeah, I know who she is. Anyway, the thing is that either way, maybe Jimmy will do it for free. Well, I keep thinking I hear something in the background. Oh, you were just moving the microphone stand. I thought I heard someone knocking on my door, too.
Johnny, that could be.
He rings the doorbell. And the thing is that I think it's just kind of so disingenuous that he knows. Like he said, when does your show end? I said, average around 12 noon. And it just makes me very, very angry. The fact is that he's doing this to people. He's dragging us in our personal lives, of trying to get entangled in his life. And Ed said to me, he said, well, we'd like to try to run the restaurant downstairs for him. I said, forget it. I don't think the restaurant downstairs in this time and age would make any economic sense. Maybe Ed's disgusting film that coats him and is repelling anything that could infect you. He doesn't have it. He's not like that. Jimmy should give you a storefront to do your shows from. He has a space that would be perfect downstairs, but he doesn't. It's almost the same apartment minus my apartment. It's been vacant for almost 10 years. In a way, Michelle will still have to. Yeah, I would agree with you. And I told that to Ed. I said, Ed, get real. Restaurants is one of the most expensive businesses you can get into, and you want to get it. Think that Jimmy's going to let you run the restaurant for free. Okay, maybe he might let you have it for free, but doesn't mean it's going to be free to start up, because I'm sure the things that he has to fix down there, too. I don't know. And you wonder why sometimes I get anxious.
Yeah.
Ed can't write anything. Ed doesn't take the time to write crap. He doesn't know anything about writing. I actually write more than he does, and that's not much writing. I still have to work on more of my story. But I'm seeing it being a little bit of a quagmire with part of my story. Right now, I'm at the point where Jovia, Valenia, and Michelle are going to do a reconnaissance mission. And, because the Scourge and the Amani Trolls have invaded Silvermoon, so Michaela has sent out Michelle and Valenia out to do a reconnaissance mission, and Michelle asked for if they could have a priest on hand, in case they get hurt. And so she said, "Well, Valenia volunteered." Of course, Michaela's like, that's her wife, and she's like, "Ah!" But Valenia Jovi hadn't been outside of Silvermoon for decades, so she's a little rusty. But, Michelle said, well, rusty is better than nothing at all. I'll take that. All right, okay. How many is this take? I have no idea. But, yeah, I definitely think that he needs to. Oh, yeah, if I do get downstairs, I'm going to give him an earful. And another thing, I'm going to tell him straight out. Oh, yeah, by the way, you did a lousy job plowing the front walk. Don't you think you're going to redo that, too, while you're at it? As I got to still walk in that crap? And you got a major ice storm coming tomorrow? Hello? What about the rear? You haven't even done that at all. You haven't plowed. You haven't sanded. You haven't done nothing. Because I don't know anybody to do it. That's not your problem. Hire somebody. You got the money. Get a sander out here. Because people have to walk. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this place got quiet quick.
I'm sorry, I was typing something.
Stan says, if Jimmy was smart, rather than letting vacant for years, he'll rent you the storefront for Silvermoon Studios. Back living space, and rent out your third floor apartment. Probably because he's afraid if he was moving back downstairs, what would happen is then he would have to figure out how to do all the electrical cabling and all the Ethernet cords and all the wires that run to the walls to connect all the interconnects. I don't think he would know how to deal with all that. I mean, there's a lot of cables that go through the walls that run to the Ethernets for the different rooms in the apartment. Which most of the jacks are not working because the stupid punch-down block has failed. Yeah, well, we're going to fix that. The thing is that it's going to be another on-my-knees job, but at least it's something I can do on my own time. I don't have to be rushed into it. One more way to get in, and it's legal. It's not the problem, guys. It's not the issue here. Don't worry about the Ed issue. Worry about the landlord issue. Worry about the other issues that we've already covered today. Those are really much more important than that. It's not the problem. So, how many people are on here still? 11, 9. Okay. Well, it's 11:52. There's nobody asking any other questions right now. Well, I'm gonna go get some food too, but I will go downstairs and look and see what Jimmy wants. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell him, even though he's not gonna listen a word, I tell him, hey, what about, you need to deal with some other things too. Right now, I said, you got an ice storm coming tomorrow. When are you going to do a better job of clearing the sidewalk in the front? I'm going to seriously put his testicles to the grindstone here. You really need to get this front sidewalks clear. People have to walk around, and you're putting my life in danger. I don't appreciate that. After all, 3 years ago, I fell because you missed a patch of black ice that just happened to show up in the middle of nowhere. I went over there, knew where the black ice came from, which is still kind of frustrating. There was no ice anywhere at all near there. There wasn't even any wet spots anywhere near about that. And yeah, I hit that one patch of ice, and whoop, that was the end of my normal life. He wouldn't use illegally blinked. He wouldn't use any handicapped individuals to do maintenance. Well, anyway, so now you know what it's like in my world. Now, you seriously, Stan, if you want to call Jimmy and give him an earful, I would. And you can point out to him that you do work with insurance companies too.
Yeah, I think Stan has it covered. What he told me that he's going to address with them. I think. Yeah. I think Jimmy might back off. Hopefully. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe Jimmy might find his testicles removed by his own insurance company.
To be honest, I wonder if there's a way to check and see if he's got insurance on that building.
Yeah, he can check that. Stan knows how. I'm sure he does.
Because that would be something to look into, because I have a feeling he doesn't.
Unless he has personal liability insurance that he's financing himself.
Right. Unless he has simple type of, the wrong type of insurance,
just like some people just get collision on their cars that doesn't cover when the engine breaks or anything like that.
Right. Well, we call that PLPD here, where it's just, very low on the totem pole of insurances.
Yeah. All right. Red Foreman wants to join. Go ahead, Red.
He's not going to say anything.
But he'll talk off the show, though. What?
What? Who are you talking to? What?
I wanted to talk to you after the show. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we can talk on the panel after the show. That's not a problem. Yeah, so just stay in the panel, and I'll just temporarily leave the panel, but I'll come back in after the show's over, because the show's almost over anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would be a big no. Okay. If Jimmy was smart, he wouldn't use a legally blind queen to do his maintenance. Can Ed contact his wise guys to help out? I don't think so. I don't think he really talks to them. I think, one essence, I think Jimmy right now basically realized he just put his foot in his mouth. And I don't think he was aware that he was. He told I saw him, I'm putting you on camera. So he's like, oh, he didn't say, like, oh, no, never mind. And we said that. He was like, okay.
Well, he walked in on your show. You told him, I'm doing a show. You didn't care, so.
Yeah.
No fault.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, it's 11:57, 3 minutes to 12. I don't have anything really right now planned. I know that it wants to place an order with Instacart. I told him that I would do it on my food stamps this time because he does it usually on his all the time. But, the thing is that he better make sure that he has the money for the beer because I'm not going to pay his beer. All right, he's going to have to reimburse me. We already know how much it costs for the stupid natural ice. He, really kind of wish he wouldn't buy the crap. Oh, Paul's coming on now. All right.
Michelle,
Go ahead,
when
Paul.
Ed drinks. Oh, wait, I lost the question. Oh, remember, I talked to you and Ed the other day, and you were lacking sleep, and Ed had mentioned something like he wakes you up when you sleep.
Sometimes. He hasn't done that
For
well.
what? For what reason, though? Why would he wake you up if you were
Because he
sleeping?
doesn't like listening to me snore.
Oh, well.
Like, that really
wow.
helps.
Jesus.
Yeah. Mm-mm. So how you doing, Paul?
They do, Michelle. They do make Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paul. I didn't realize he joined.
Doing pretty good, Michelle. I'm sorry I came so late at the end of the show. I just figured I'd let you guys wrap it up and catch up on things here in a bit. So, good morning and good day to everybody.
How you doing?
Morning.
Pretty good, Michelle. Leah was saying something about some nasal strips for your sleeping.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, because she has sinus issues, Michelle, and they do help with snoring. They have these, little strips that you can stick on your nose that help open your passageways.
Yeah, I know.
Have you tried them before?
No, I've seen them, though.
No. Yeah, my ex-husband used to use them. He swore by them. He had a whole bunch of them.
But the Benadryl does help, though.
Yeah, the Benadryl will also help because it'll make you sleepy. That's
but it also helps
with
allergies, because like one doctor said, snoring or your snoring could also be caused by your sinus issues too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, if you get all stuffy and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that you might want to try these strips too.
Yep.
It's just a thought.
I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't eat all this garbage.
Oh no, we fall apart as we get older.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing better now than I was doing 10 years ago, though. So maybe I found the fountain of youth.
Well, now what Ed will do is he'll stand, he'll sleep on the couch for a bit, for a few hours, and then around 7 o'clock in the morning comes into the bedroom. And usually it's not a problem because I'm starting to wake up on my own, Then he tumbles in the bed, and then I just move over, and then he gets the spot, and I get my spot, and I sleep for about an hour more. And then, so we did today, which is fine, but I still need to talk to my checkbook because I still need to see how much money I have, make sure I have enough for Instacart. But I still gotta buy more. I still gotta buy more blank checks because I'm almost out of checks. And
I still don't understand, though. If Ed can drop $75 on a train, why can't he drop that on his own mattress or cot or his own bed?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way that you could put it somewhere. I mean, just like a twin size mattress or something somewhere for him.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't know. He just seems to have his priorities all wrong. I don't want to get too much into Ed's situation, but it seems like all his priorities are all wrong.
Right. Well, no, I understand that. I would really try to stress that to him, Michelle. Like, look, this is what you need.
Well, Ed should be able to buy his own bed. Honestly, he should. Yeah. Why should I have to buy that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not like he has a problem with dropping $100 on something where he could do that for his own personal sleeping space.
Both your guys' benefits.
I told him, I said, well, let's just save up your money so you can get a car. He's like, I can't afford it. What do you mean? Of course you can't afford it because you're spending it all on beer and trains.
I just bought a train car, Michelle. What do you mean?
Maybe he can ride one of his trains or something. Oh, he's never going to get a car, Michelle. Because you get car, you got to do maintenance on it. You have to have insurance on it.
The good news is Ed did talk to his daughter on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
he finally talked to her.
They just talked about what was going on in general. I don't know all the details. I just know that he said he talked to his daughter, and they didn't talk a lot.
Maybe he's starting to mend that.
Well, enough about Ed, Michelle. Curiosity's killing the cat here. Can we do a quick show recap for us latecomers? I tuned in as I was getting up and getting my day started. I heard Jimmy came and visited you. What was up?
He wants me to fix a light fixture downstairs in apartment 3.
Jesus. Where's Chris at?
I don't. He said that he says his workers get COVID. He said.
He wants you to fix a light fixture. So how much is he going to knock off your rent for fixing that light fixture, Michelle? $100, $50?
No, he's not paying me crap. You know that. That's the whole problem. Reason I'm starting to get fed up with the whole thing.
Fuck him then, Michelle. Let him figure it out himself. Let him hire somebody. Why do you got to fix it for free? Why do you got to? Whether you're doing anything today or not, Michelle, why do you have to take the time to fix his problem with no benefit or repercussions?
I know that. I agree with that. And I told him that today on the show. I said, I don't want to.
All right. You know what? I was saving that number for a rainy day.
I said, I don't want to fix your fixtures. I don't want to do it. I'm not feeling totally well, which I'm not.
I think she does need some, Paul, to be honest, some male intervention with this guy. I know Stan's going to call him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Stan should call. I'm literally.
Give Paul his phone number too.
It's all right, Michelle. I'm gonna save myself as a last resort. I'm the last resort, Michelle. Let's Stan talk to him. I'm even gonna say it myself. I'll be the last resort, Michelle, because that's bullshit. Did he ever get his water heaters fixed? How did he work out that the other day?
I don't know if he got those fixed or not. I have no idea.
Yeah, well,
he never talked to me about that.
He came on your show too, huh? He was on your.
Yeah, she put him on camera.
Oh, nice.
I'm not comfortable with being on a ladder. It's not an issue with the electric specifically. I'm not comfortable being on a ladder in those very high ceilings.
Michelle, you definitely probably should not be even on a step ladder, Michelle, to be honest.
Right.
It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
I told her, just tell him that, what do you want, a lawsuit?
Yeah, tell him you don't feel comfortable doing it, Michelle. I mean, I don't feel comfortable with you doing that, Michelle, if you're using a ladder. I mean,
it's a pretty tall step ladder, I can tell you that. And the thing is that it's just exasperating. I really would like to see,
Yeah, it's not good, Michelle.
I don't think I can physically do it anymore like I used to be able to do it.
Michelle, you're a 53-year-old woman, and no offense to anybody out there, but I probably myself shouldn't be doing stuff like that, Michelle. It's I don't know. It's not something you should have to worry about or deal with. And I wouldn't
If
if I
the
were you,
place
Michelle.
burns down, I definitely would be in trouble because I'd lose everything physically. You know.
A light fixture. Come on. I mean, maybe if it were a lamp or something, maybe a light switch. Sure.
That he could bring to her and she could work on, like,
Yeah.
in her place. Yeah.
Right. He
But
wants
to get up on a yeah, he's like, I'll get the letter for you, Michelle.
Is it?
I'm
Is
like,
it I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no,
Is it
I was just
outside?
laughing at him.
Is it outside or inside,
You can
Michelle?
see what he said about 1 hour 29 minutes, 1 hour 25 minutes even.
I'll go back, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But yeah, Michelle, I'd probably
if
shy away from
really
that if you
seriously wants to try calling him, talk to Leo. She has the phone number. If you really want to try to talk to some sense in his head.
I think Stan should call. I mean, not to put anything on Stan, but
No, he's going to. He said he's going.
yeah. I'm not trying to put nothing on him, but I think maybe Stan.
I think Stan
And I
would probably
think
be.
what Stan told me that he's going to say to him, I think is going to make him back off. But
yeah,
you know, we never know. You know, this guy is a shy. You know, he may start bugging her where we can't see things. You know,
right. I'm sure Stan will tell him right now. I'll probably give him the exact sections, Connecticut General Statutes, blah, 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 blah. And he's going to be like, who the hell are you? I'm sure Stan will tell him what his official title is, whatever it is. Oh, I work with insurance companies. Oh, what? I'm a friend of Michelle, but I have to intervene in this because this is getting ridiculous. First, you want Michelle to fix water heaters in Stockbridge, and she couldn't do it. And then now you're asking her to get on a tall ladder to fix a light fixture in the ceiling? When she can barely properly walk?
Yeah, you know what, Michelle? While all this stuff is on your mind, while this is all fresh in your mind, Michelle, you should probably work on. You don't have to send it. You can make a draft, but work on that email for that lady that Blazing Leo has set you up with.
Oh, she did. She did.
I already sent the letter long before.
Yeah,
that's what we talked about from the very beginning of the show.
You know what? Again, I apologize. I'm late coming to the show here. I just figured it'd be a good idea now to do it while you were fired up. But hey, one step ahead.
Yeah, she did it. Yeah,
one step ahead. All right.
So hopefully she hears something back Monday or Tuesday.
So what I'll do is I'm going to send her a copy of the link to this show because I think there's enough material in the show that if she has the time, she can probably sit through it and look at it and take notes and realizing that, oh, wow, they do cover this stuff on her show like she says. And it may seriously fill up the docket big time, her documents, and say, oh, wow, here's with this now. Michelle has autistic spectrum disorder. Michelle has auditory processing disorder. Michelle's registered blind. Michelle lives in an apartment with a landlord who keeps demanding that she fix things for him. And even though Michelle doesn't want to do it, that might really piss her off too, especially. She'll be like, wait a minute, why is this guy demanding he do this? Michelle isn't even a paid employee.
That's right.
So what I'll do is I will send a link to the show to her, and so that she can. I'll tell her particularly that really we covered the stuff that I mentioned in the letter, but I also wanted to mention that the landlord showed up at 1 hour and 30 minutes and basically wants me to do all kinds of odd jobs for him, and I don't want to do them because I feel like I'm not capable of doing them right, and which is true.
Well, you don't have to do them, Michelle. It's not your responsibility.
Exactly. It's not Michelle's responsibility at all.
I mean, someone can suggest something to you, but in the long run, you don't have to do anything, Michelle.
And like I said, you could hear me. I said, I'll do it if I want to. I made sure it was loud enough that the microphone picked it up.
That's right. You don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, he's still worried about the light fixture downstairs. He's not even considering what happens if Michelle falls.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it and you fall, make sure you fall on top of him. he'll break your fall.
I don't know how he would react to that. I think some ways don't even suggest it, Lou. Yeah. Besides, you would look like a toothpaste tube that someone stepped on. I'm way heavier than he is. You would look like a toothpaste tube. Dude, when the cap comes off and all of a sudden all the toothpaste comes out, splat. Right. I have a job on YouTube. This is it. I warned him that I was live now too, so it wasn't like I didn't tell him. And he takes advantage of my hearing loss in some ways too, because he knows that I can't always understand what he says with his accent. I mean,
you should start saying, "I don't understand. I don't compute. I don't understand."
Right.
Michelle, I need you. I don't understand. I don't speak Macedonian.
Well, he doesn't speak English very well either, but the fact of the matter is that his accent gets in the way. He knows I can't understand him clearly either. I think that's one of the reasons why he gets away with half the shit he does. So, alright guys, it's 12:12, and how many people are on here anyway? Let's see. We have currently 9 people. All right, 8 people. People are getting ready to go home. They're ready to go to bed or whatever. They're not interested in hearing any more after this. I think that they're not interested in this at this point. Probably not. I'm going to do is let me go ahead and I'll send Anna the update and tell her to watch the show, because we covered everything that we mentioned in the letter on the show, so she can actually watch the show and learn more than she may have learned from the letter when she's free. So,
Michelle, I think adults that play Pokemon are losers.
Oh, no, let me get this screen here.
What?
Fuck Pokemon. If you're over the age of 15, 16, and you play Pokemon, you're a loser.
What brought that up?
Like, I'm watching.
I used to play Pokemon Go. Fuck you.
You're a loser. Well, you're not
You're
into
a loser.
Pokemon. You probably couldn't name more than 10 Pokemon.
I tried Pokemon,
You just did it as
but
a
I
fad.
really...
You're not a fan. These people are.
No, I did it
fans.
because it was a time killer for one. I hated
exactly.
Pokemon growing
You're not
up.
like a fan, though. You're not like, oh,
No, I'm not.
love Pokemon. Like these fucking grown-ass adults are. They're losers. They're idiots.
No, I can name maybe 5, if
Right.
that.
Right.
Maybe 3.
Again,
I
no
actually
offense.
asked him to sit
Not a
down.
fan.
I asked him to
You
sit
know?
down to talk to me.
No.
So.
All right, well, Michelle, remember that, we want to talk to you after the show, too.
Yeah, so first of all, let me go use the bathroom. Or wait a minute, I'll just do better. Let me just end the show here. Just keep you guys on here instead of having to leave and come back in. So, guys who are watching the show, thank you very much for being on here, everybody. I hope you all have a nice day. Stay out of trouble, guys. Panel, stay on the panel, okay? Have a nice day, guys.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye, guys.